Candidates, Election, and Becoming President. Comic book. The step to being elected is easy. There are about 8 steps into being a president. Why are you just talking about steps? 'Cause I want to. Now, step 1. To be picked in an election, all you have to be is one of these 3 people: a president, a candidate, or Democrat or Republican. You also have to be at least 35 years old and be a U.S. citizen for 14 years. What is a Democrat or Republican? Good question. Well, Democrats are people that have the donkey sign. What I mean is, they care about the poor, worldwide issues, Medicare, and etc. Think of it this way: Obama's a Democrat. Republican are the people that have an elephant. Like I said again, what I mean is that they are people that think about the rich and government being small and not giving too much money. What about the primary elections? Oh, thanks for reminding me. Well, the primary elections are just to help states choose the candidate to see if they could be a perfect president. In other words, states are just picking people to be the next president. If I hadn't mentioned the second step, well, that was it. Now moving on to the third step. Before debating starts, delegates, people from Congress that will take place in a Democrat or Republican position from each state will come together and nominate a person to represent their party in the upcoming election. Next up, the fourth step. It is important when you have a candidate, you must always have a running mate. Sometimes it is bad and good to have a running mate. Pros and cons in election. Pros of having a running mate are: every time you need help with your next speech, you can count on your running mate to help you prepare. Also, if the audience doesn't like your perspective, and only your running mate, then you'll get more votes because of your running mate. The cons of having a running mate is: the next election, let's just say your running mate is working for another person. They can actually use your work so the other candidate can actually mock you in your campaign. Now to the fifth step. It is finally debating day, and you can start with your new campaign with discussing the main issues in your platform. Your main platform, your goal you're going to reach, is discuss the problems in the economy and government. But if you have a different platform, you can do that also. If you don't think about your platform, you're not going to win the election. Next up, the sixth step. What day is election day? Oh, sorry about that. I'll mention it right now. Election day occurs on the Tuesday after the first Monday in November. So if you're a candidate, you'll have enough time to prepare your next speech. You would also have enough time for the people that are 18 years and older to think about who they're going to vote for. Time to move on to the seventh step. Now it's finally election day, and you have to sit tight and wait till all of the states have the popular votes. Popular vote is when all the votes are counted in and made into one number. Counted. Then you have to wait until electoral votes. They are votes, but they are from the Electoral College setup, are counted and marked as your vote. So if there are 533 electors, you could only have a majority of the vote, 270, to win the election. Now on to the final step. What happens after you win the election? I'm glad you asked that. After winning an election, you must be sworn into office by promising the uphold of the Constitution to serve their best of their ability. Now that you're a president of the United States, it's time for a celebration to happen. First, there'll be a parade. Crowds will be cheering for you as their new president. After the parade, there'll be balls and parties. The next day, after all that commotion, you are the new president of the United States of America. Now you are the complete control of the country.